Good afternoon, Zainab, and I'm bringing out my little black book because it is significant that we go through the constituencies one by one. And do indulge me because some sort of confusion has been coming out on what are the exact numbers of those constituencies. But as I have been taking them within this whole, I have been able to record Ndia constituency, Gatundu South, Yata, Ainabkoi constituency, Moi Ben, Nandi Hills, Gilgil, Kaiti as well, Aldai, Kasarani, Kipkelion East, Mwingi North, Huisero in Kakamega County, Funyula in Busia, Emuhaya in Vihiga, Makueni constituency in Makueni County, Machakos Town, Webuye East, Baringo Central, Oljororok, Kathiani, Kangundo, Lamu East, Maara, Nambale, Mumias East, Laikipia West, Teso North, Ugenya, Ugunja, Muhoroni in Kisumu County, Kangema, Emurua, Dikir, Seme, Lurambi, Kisumu East, Gem, Kitutu Masaba, Nyando, Kasipul constituency, Mbooni, Ndhiwa, Kajiado Central, Vihiga, Gatanga, Tongaren, Luanda, Butere in Kakamega County, Kitui West, and then there's that critical county, Kiambu County, which seems to have created a lot of issues with the IEBC team here. And earlier in the day, the commissioner who had made that announcement had declared that Kiambu constituency in Kiambu town had total registered numbers of 87,076, valid votes were 56,546. The rejected ballots were 392, and he went ahead to read, and I quote as he read on that podium. He said that William Ruto of UDA party had 51,050, Raila Odinga had 14,860 votes, Wahiga Mwaura had 318, as well as George Wajakoya had 318. He later came back to clarify these details and insisting that in one station in Thindigua, Raila Odinga had been given 11 votes instead of 111, but he corrected those figures and they read as such. William Ruto has 41,050, Raila Odinga has 14,860, Wahiga has 318, as well as George Wajakoya. He went to correct this matter and says there was an error in Form 34B, but the correct figures were captured in Form 34A as well, and this data was duly corrected in Form 34C. So that is the situation on the ground. Any other information is not as truthful based on how IEBC commissioners have insisted that we must get this data critically accurate as possible. So I continue with my list. Zainab, and indulge me. Bomachoge Chache has also recorded its numbers and they have been read out. Kitui Rural, Kabondo Kasipul, West Mugirango, Navaholo in Kakamega, Shinyalu, Mbeere North, Matungu, Likuyani, Baringo South, Mavoko, Mumias West, Nyeri Town, Kitui East, Central Limenti, Sigowet, Soin, Home Bay Town. Those are the numbers that are currently in my possession in my little black book. And having counted all that, I have a number of 67. There are many more who say other constituencies have been announced, but we have asked the IEBC teams here to just give us a full list of the constituencies that have already been verified and their announcements made at this tallying center. But as we can clearly see, the verification and the tallying and the creation of that Form 34C is ongoing, with IEBC picking up the pace from what we saw yesterday. Yesterday, the most number of constituencies that were read were about 10, but right now about 20 have been read out in slow but quick succession, Zainab. So this is as much as what is happening here. The chairperson of the IEBC, Wafula Chebukati, insisting that it was critical for this verification process to end by daybreak. It is already 2 p.m. Saturday afternoon, and we are hoping that maybe they're now having a new target of an end of day so that they can begin proper the verification at the main podium there, and the signatures are given, and now the announcements are made. I haven't read out the numbers. The numbers will be scrolling via your screens because it will be really detailed to read out over 67 constituencies, and all of these data will be with you as soon as it has been churned out here at Uchaguzi Center. Zainab.
Quickly, before I let you go, I hope you can hear me. From where you sit at this point, can you confirm that we have the verification has been done on the 67 constituencies out of the 291 so far?
So whatever I have been reading to you, Zainab, is information that has been read out on the podium, and nothing can be read out before it has been verified and the returning officer gives the original documents to the chairperson, who is also the returning officer for the presidential race. And after all those documents have been signed, then any commissioner in the IEBC can be allowed, depending on how free they are, to come here and make those announcements. Zainab.
Leila, thank you so much for holding forth there.